Hey guys, what's up? If you're new here, welcome to my channel, and if you're not, welcome back. My name is Liv. I'm an international health and wellness blogger, the face behind Live Label Free and the Instagram Live Label Free. Today I'm going to be taking you through a what I eat in a day. Well, let me rephrase that. An attempt to a what I eat in a day, because honestly, I eat like so much throughout the day. I'm always snacking. I'm always like grabbing things, and I just cannot promise that I will remember to film / photograph everything I eat / make. So we're just gonna try and see how it goes. And that is actually just also leading me into mindful eating. Chances are you've probably heard of the term mindful eating before, because I mean, it's always talked about on the health and wellness community on Instagram, and there's so much to find about it on the internet. And mindful eating, basically what it is like being very aware and in tune with your body while eating. So they say like get into your parasympathetic nervous system, which I talked about in my How to Sleep Better video. So if you didn't see that one yet, you can check it out. It's my last video. But yeah, it's about getting into your I can never say that word right. But it's about getting into your parasympathetic nervous system, which is like your nervous system that makes you feel calm and relaxed, and like it's the opposite of your fight or flight nervous system. So yeah, they say like you should be in that nervous system while you're eating, because for optimal digestion. And they also say during mindful eating to be like very aware of how you're feeling during the meal. So like stopping when you're full, and like only eating when you're like actually super hungry, and like putting your fork down between bites so you'll eat more slowly, so that, because they say when you eat too fast you'll end up like overeating. Well, honestly, I am not a fan of the whole mindful eating concept. I mean, it can be great for like if you really do struggle with like overeating and you're overweight or whatever, but in recovery, I think the phrase mindful eating is just thrown around way too much, because for me, honestly, it's just another form of restriction. The overeating, when I was overeating around November of, I think it was last year or 2 years ago, I don't remember honestly. I'll have to check my notes. No, I'm just kidding. But when I was overeating and like binge eating, whatever you want to call it, like every night for like weeks, for months, I was gaining a lot of weight. But the reason that I was overeating was not for the wrong reasons. It wasn't even emotional. And I think in eating disorder recovery, when we overeat, we immediately think like, oh my god, there's something wrong with us. We're emotionally eating, like we're kind of becoming a binge eater, even though like most of the time you are just hungry. Like you have been depriving your body of food for such a long time. And like, what would you say to like a kid that came out of like years of starvation? Would you say like, and he was like wanting to eat the entire kitchen, would you say to him like, oh, you're overeating, you're binge eating? Like, no, of course not. You would say like, yes, eat whatever you want. Like there's an abundance of food now. You are no longer in a period of starvation. You are allowed to eat as much as you want. So that's basically the same thing that happens when you are in recovery from restrictive eating disorder. Your body is in a huge state of deprivation and really just needs nourishment. It's okay to just be hungry, and it's okay to honor that. In fact, you need to honor that if you want to reach full recovery. So how that ties into mindful eating, probably you already know, like if you are someone who did overeat or / binge. I'm not really a huge fan of that word in recovery terms, but whatever, we're just going to use it for now, because you guys know what I mean. If you do have experienced binges or have experienced overeating or periods of like extreme hunger, whether that be physical or mental, you probably have thought like, I'm not being mindful, like I'm just eating and I'm not actually physically hungry, but I'm always thinking about food and I just want to eat this food, and so I'm going to eat all the food. And you're probably not being mindful during the meal or binge, whatever you want to call it. And then we kind of beat ourselves up, especially because there's so much in like the news and articles about like why you should eat mindfully and stuff. But my personal opinion is that in recovery, you should focus on mindless eating, and mindful eating is honestly the last thing you should be focusing on when you are in recovery from a restrictive eating disorder. And the reason I think this is really important is because all the years that I was in my eating disorder and I was trying to be restrictive, like I was always eating so slowly. I was putting my fork down like literally between every bite. Like my bites were also like tiny. I'd cut my food into really small pieces to make sure that I would take a super long time eating my meal or snack. I'm just switching hands because this arm is kind of starting to hurt. But anyways, so I would like kind of force myself to be mindful during the meal, like because I knew that I wasn't eating enough. So every chance I did get to eat, I was like, I need to savor every single bite, because that's if you guys have ever heard of the Minnesota starvation experiment conducted by Ansel Keys, that was actually an observation they made in the men who they had like starved. The men would start eating very slowly, taking very small bites, because they knew like this is the only food we're gonna have. We're gonna try to like enjoy as much of it as we can, like, and they're gonna make it last really long because they know that there's not enough food, if that makes sense. So, and then when they did when this experiment was over and they were allowed to eat whatever they wanted again, like some of the men reported eating more than 10,000 calories a day, and they were not eating mindfully at all. Like they would see food and they'd be like, okay, now I'm just gonna eat as much as I can and whatever I want, and they were totally mindless about it. And once I started being mindless about food and recovery, so just craving something, not overthinking it, just eating it and moving on, that is when I really allowed the mental healing and physical healing to truly start. Because we attach so much value, I think, to eating. Like, oh my god, eating has to be perfect, my meals have to be perfect, I have to eat at perfect times, I have to eat perfectly healthy. Well, for me at least, that was my experience. And there was actually so much mind attached to eating. Well, if you think about it, food is literally just something that we need biologically. It's just a pure survival mechanism, and food honestly should not be more than that. Like, we overcomplicate food and diets and exercise way too much if you just think about like the purpose that food is actually supposed to serve, and that is to just nourish us and keep us healthy, give us energy to do the things we love. So yeah, I think that it's really important when you're in recovery from an eating disorder to kind of just put a blind eye to, okay, excuse me, that was so weird. And I just did it again. But to just put a blind eye to like things like mindful eating, because I don't think your body does really want to mindful eat, because your body, when it comes out of a period of starvation, all your body wants is to eat, and to eat whatever it wants and to nourish itself, because that's all it needs. So I wouldn't judge it if you're like stuffing your face with food and you're eating a huge bowl of oatmeal or pasta like in 2 minutes, like then that's what your body needs at the moment. Because I mean, like I said, we attach so much value to food and how we should eat, even though food is just a pure biological mechanism. So yeah, I would just focus on mindless eating in recovery, because in the end, food and eating should be mindless. Like, we don't need to overthink it. And the reason I'm addressing mindful/mindless eating in this what I eat in a day video is because I have been a lot more mindless about how I eat and when I eat, and that's why I also said like a little disclaimer, like I cannot promise that I'm going to show you guys everything I eat today, because chances are like I'm not gonna want to take a photo like before every single thing I eat. Sometimes I'm just so hungry and I just want to eat and I don't want to think any more of it, because there's no need to. And then to go along with that, because I'm also not showing you guys everything I'm eating, and even if I was, this video is purely for only entertainment purposes, and it is not meant to show you guys like what you should be eating, how you should be eating. I'm not saying my way of eating is any better or it's the best way to eat, because you should totally do what works for you. So yeah, it's just to kind of give you guys a little glimpse into my life, foods I like, meals I like, quick, easy meals if you're busy like me, just to give you some inspiration. And I think that should be like the message. That's actually the message for all my videos. Like, I'm not perfect. I don't live a perfect life. No one does. Even if their life may seem perfect, no one lives a perfect life. I can assure you of that. So also with what I eat in a day videos, take it with a grain of salt because you never know the whole picture. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. So here are the vanilla cauliflower protein oats. And my favorite toppings are strawberries and almond butter. Like, that combo is just always so good. And then of course we have the coffee with some frothed oat milk and cinnamon. And I always have water with my breakfast too, just to make sure I'm hydrated. Been a couple hours since I've had breakfast. I just got some blog work done and I did some light stretching. Because on rest days, I just love to get just like a 30-minute or 20-minute even stretch in, just to like kind of stretch out and loosen up all the muscles I've used the past couple days. Yeah, so even on rest days, it is so important to nourish your body and fuel your body, because that's when your body's repairing itself. And no matter what, like, you should always be eating, no matter exercise. No matter if you exercise or not, because your body always needs fuel and always needs nourishment. So I am going to head downstairs, make some lunch, and I will show you guys the final results when I'm done. So I just made this loaded bowl, like salad-y bowl. I love loaded salad bowls. So it's just a base of spinach, Brussels sprouts, some cooked baby carrots, cucumber, air fryer, tofu, and hummus. So I know this does not look like a filling, big, like nourishing lunch, and to be honest, it isn't. Like, there's no carbs in there. So yeah, this would definitely not keep me full for very long. But personally, I really like to eat my lunch in parts. So I will always like start with like salad with lots of veggies and some proteins for the tofu and hummus for the fats, and because it just wakes my lunch system up, if that makes sense. And then after this, I will probably go snack on some like sweet potatoes or some toast. I've been loving toast with melted Violife, the vegan like mozzarella shreds on it. It is so good. Or I just have some toast with like peanut butter or like a bread bun. So yeah, I like have my carbs afterwards, if that makes sense. And then I also like to end lunch with like a yogurt bowl. So I'll have some like Greek yogurt with strawberries. But probably I will not have strawberries today because I already had strawberries at breakfast. So yeah, I have yogurt with like some sort of fruit or something. And then I also like to have like a baked good or a bar or something. And also because I eat lunch pretty late, like, yeah, it's like already like 2:15 p.m. I will usually make like a mug cake around 3:30, so that just like is what works for me. So I just finished my salad bowl, and of course I was still very hungry. So I made some yogurt with banana, and I felt too lazy to like make a sandwich, so I just grabbed a quick kind bar. Greek yogurt with banana is like literally one of my favorite things in the world. Like, this combination is so good. And I wanted something crunchy, so I'm just probably gonna break this up. And top my yogurt bowl with it is like the best crunchy sweet combo. This is the maple glazed pecan and sea salt kind bar. Yeah, it's one of my favorite flavors. Okay, so I told you guys I would probably fail at this whole what I eat in a day because I just get really hungry sometimes and don't want to wait to fill my food. So yeah, I just did make 2 slices of peanut butter toast. Of course, I already ate the other one, and I'm on my second one now. But I thought I'll just show you guys so you know that I'm having it. So it's the Ezekiel cinnamon raisin bread, with peanut butter. If you guys follow me on Instagram or are subscribed to my blog, you know that I literally need chocolate every single day. And usually this is in the form of a chocolate mug cake or chocolate oats. Both of those recipes are up on my blog. So I am having that PM chocolate craving again. So I'm going to go down now and make either chocolate mug cake or chocolate oats. I'm not sure yet. I'm veering towards the mug cake. We shall see. I'll show you guys the results. So before my mug cake, I just wanted something like fresh. So I'm having some coconut yogurt with frozen fruit. After having the coconut yogurt and berries, I just made this chocolate mug cake. It's the double chocolate mug cake from my blog. It is like absolutely my favorite thing in the entire world. Like, come on guys, look at that. Just like, it is so fudgy and just my favorite snack ever. So right now I'm going to enjoy this delicious mug cake while doing some homework and working on my website, and I will see you guys later, probably for dinner. So I actually did get changed into pajamas because it's like 7 right now, around 7, and I just like having comfy clothes toward the end of the day. I'm not super hungry because I did eat like a lot this afternoon, but I mean we still gotta have dinner. So I'm going to go down right now, make some dinner, and I'll show you guys what I made as soon as it's done. So here we have dinner. I have some banza pasta with some sauteed veggies, some tomato. I made Brits, so the Banana Diaries, vegan lentil meatballs. They're my latest obsession, and then I topped it off with some Violife vegan mozzarella shreds. Yum! Just finished dinner with the fam. And we also just had some of this Ben & Jerry's topped salted caramel brownie, which I think is my new favorite flavor, but we can never go to bed without like a big satisfying snack because, you know, hunger probs. So I'm probably gonna go make some cereal right now. So to end the day, I've got some lavender tea and my cereal, which has got puffed rice, puffed spelt, New Zest vanilla protein, frozen blackberries, and of course chocolate because we need another chocolate. So that just about rounds off my first What I Eat in a Day video. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you could leave a comment below. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content and more videos. And if you're into this kind of stuff, you can follow me over on Instagram at livelabelfree, or you can subscribe to my blog, livelabelfree.com. I hope to see you again. Bye guys.